Morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the 2023 Sloan Sports Analytics Conference. Appreciate you showing up early. My name is Nick Miller. I'm a first-year MBA student here at Sloan, and I'm welcoming you to our big event for today, the startup competition. We're very, very excited to hear all the pitches. I know there's been a lot of work poured into the pitches themselves and obviously companies and ideas, so really, really excited for everyone to come up today. A few logistical things. So each startup's going to have 12 minutes today for their pitch and for the Q&A total. The Q&A is going to start with the judges, but then if there are out of questions, we may open it up to the audience as well for some additional questions. In terms of the actual announcements then later in the day, at the Alpha Awards, there's going to be third, second, and first place all announced, with second place winning $2,500 and first place bringing home $10,000. And with that, also please join me in welcoming our judges. So we have Joe, Nancy, and Jasmine up here in the front. So thank you very much for joining us. And with that, I'm going to pass it to our startups, and let's just kick it off. Thanks.
Good morning all, my name is Aldo Comi. I'm co-founder and CEO of Soccerment. I'm really excited to kickstart this startup competition. Soccerment is an Italian company. We are based in Milan. The vision of the company is to make team sports more meritocratic, more inclusive, and also more engaging with the support of artificial intelligence and advanced analytics. We started with soccer, not only because it's the sport that we love, but also because among the big team sports is the one which is lagging behind the most when it comes to innovation and data analytics. If we look at the soccer pyramid, what we see is that just a small number of players is covered by high quality data. Now, even there, I am talking about the top leagues in the world, like 30 or so, you have a lot of data, you start having a lot of data, but the amount of insights that are extracted from the data is kind of limited. Obviously, I'm not talking about the clubs that are present at this convention. Then you go one notch below, and we are still in professional soccer, and data start becoming kind of scarce. And over there, you don't have any insights. But most importantly, I think, in the non-professional world, soccer world, and especially in youth soccer, you have no data at all. And that's a problem. It is a problem because with no data, no insights from the data, you have a twofold problem. On the one hand, the player development process becomes suboptimal. Secondly, the scouting processes become non-transparent and non-fully meritocratic. Now, the good news is that technology and innovation can help at bridging this gap and make it possible to have data insights on non-professional players. So what do we do? Our solution is an integrated football data intelligence service. We do two things. On the one hand, we produce wearable devices like this one, able to collect data, high-quality data, and to do it in a scalable way. On the other hand, we develop innovative tools to extract many more insights from the data that we have at our disposal. Let's start with Exceed, the smart shingers. The smart shingers were designed and developed in order to have a better player development process. They are particular, special, because they're able to get data both on the athletic as well as on the technical side of the soccer performance. And the technical side of performance is actually more important than the athletic one. Then, if the whole team wears the shingers, we also are able to extract a lot of tactical insights. Exceed is light, just 30 grams more than a normal shinger. It is extremely safe, thanks to the high-quality materials that were selected. What I like to say is that Exceed needs to be safer than a normal machine gun. The reason is simple. Apart from protecting the shins of the players, it also needs to protect the electronics that are inside. And inside, there is a great deal of electronics. We have 2 accelerometers, 1 magnetometer, a gyroscope. Then we also have a GPS antenna. We have a Bluetooth antenna. The data coming from all these sensors go through a microcontroller, which is able to run a neural network. What we did was training this neural network at understanding the soccer-specific technical movements from a biomechanical point of view. What the neural network does is basically providing a probability matrix of the classification. Like, let's say you did something and 20%, it was 20% likelihood to be a pass, 40% likely to be a cross or a shot. Now, this probability matrix is then optimized at the software level by the geofencing matrix. So basically, we look at the location of the event and see if it is consistent with the first classification. In soccer, let's take, for instance, as an example, a curly shot by Lionel Messi. No? From a biomechanical point of view, that curly shot is very much in between a shot and a cross. Now, with the geofencing matrix, we look at where the event was done, and if it was done very next to the corner, then it is more likely to be a cross, right? Thanks to these dual artificial intelligence algorithms, we are able to produce a very comprehensive set of statistics. We have the touches of the ball, we have passes, crosses, we detect shots, we detect, we estimate shot power. Then we have the smart maps, and every technical event is geolocalized on the pitch. And this comes on top of all the athletic stats. Things like sprints, distance covered, maximum speed, accelerations, decelerations, we have all of it. Given that it is designed for player development and needs to be used in non-professional soccer, what we did was focusing a lot on making it as user-friendly as possible. So the interfaces are really intuitive. We use a great deal of data vises to make it immediate and comprehensible. Regarding competition, we have 3 main competitors. Competitor 1 is, generically speaking, like all those companies producing GPS vests for soccer. The main difference there is that they track only the athletic stats, while we have the technical stats. As I said earlier, having the technical stats for soccer is very important. No? Technical events are so important that a player like Lionel Messi wouldn't be the legend he is if we only look at his athletic stats, right? Competitor 2 is a company called Player Maker. They do these straps that you put on your soccer boots. The difference between our technology and theirs is that they don't have the GPS antenna. And that's a big limitation in my view, because without localizing the technical events, you cannot provide a context. One thing is to take a shot in the opposition box, and a completely different thing is to take a shot from your own half, right? So contextualization is very important, and we have it. Competitor 3 is a company called Oliver, similar to what we do, but they have this chip that you put onto your calf. The limitation there is that you cannot use it in official matches, while we want to have data from official matches because that is what is required for the scouting, data-driven scouting, right? Now, these were the differences when it comes to hardware, basically. But I think that our main difference compared to all these players and all the other wearable companies operating in soccer is that we have real important expertise in advanced metrics, in advanced analytics. So let's have a look at our advanced analytics models. On advanced analytics, what we do is working with data coming from our own device as well as third parties. We have, for example, a public platform which is fed with the data of StatsPerform, Opta. And we get the raw data and we transform this raw data in advanced metrics. Advanced metrics in soccer are really important because they're able to basically transform the reality from binary, goal, non-goal, into probabilistic. And by doing that, you get really to the core of the underlying performance because you extract all the randomness that affects the results in soccer. We have many advanced metrics and models, expected goals, expected assists, expected threat. The most recent we produced is called the Gegenpressing intensity. Basically, it measures how our team is focused on recovering the ball high on the pitch. Now, so we have these businesses, advanced analytics and wearable device. One of the biggest goals for the company this year is to merge these two business areas and basically create the only wearable for soccer able to produce advanced metrics automatically. That would be transformative for the industry, transformative especially for the academies. It will be very important for player development and for scouting, and obviously also for us. The other main goal is to launch our product in the US, and that will happen in the second half of the year. Open to your questions. Thank you.
Hello. We appreciate the presentation. I really see a lot of need for advanced metrics within, like you said, the academies and really scouting around the world because it is a worldwide sport. That being said, for a large portion of your data, it seems that geofencing is necessary, other than just the base athletic, running and force metrics. How user-friendly and what is necessary for someone to geofence a field, whether it be at an American academy, at an American high school, or in some remote part of the world,
Yep.
Where is that process and what's necessary?
Yeah, it's very simple. Basically, through your app, when you have finalized your session, be it a training or a match session, you basically open it. Before uploading the data, you select the pitch where you played on. If the pitch is not in our database, you just create it from Google Maps. It's very simple, and then bang, it's there. You just, as an input, you say, all right, the first half I was attacking this way, and that's it. And then the data is automatically uploaded.
Awesome.
Thank you for your presentation. That was really great. Explain a little bit more where you are today in the market. So, the types of teams that you're working with, you mentioned, everything from high school to professional, as well as thoughts about expanding, scaling to other sports potentially. Just give us a sense of where you are today.
So, we started launching our product in Italy in October last year, so very recently. We are working with, let's go back one slide, maybe 2 slides. What we are doing is the following. So we are partnering with elite clubs in Italy, Serie A clubs, Serie B clubs. We have Frosinone, Atalanta, AC Milan, Lazio. And that was useful for 2 reasons. First, to validate the technology, to improve it as well, but also to be validated by those clubs and be able to have a better reach potential when it comes to where we want to go, which is non-professionals, because they look up, they see that these guys are working with us, so it feels safer to buy our shingles. The idea is to put in motion this process, this virtuous circle, by which basically we are able to create a large database of and of high quality data about non-professional football players, especially youth players, and then give the top clubs the possibility to access this database for scouting purposes and give to the kids the possibility to be seen by the top clubs. And yeah, we have started distributing in Italy, and as I said, starting from Q2, we will start in other areas in Europe, Germany, France, and then UK and US in the second half. In Italy, the launch was super successful, despite Italy not being the perfect country for doing what we do, because, you know, especially in the football world, people are not so much keen into innovation and data analytics. But people liked our product, and I guess, and I hope that in markets where people are more ready, like in the US, the reception will be even greater.
All right, so unfortunately, that's all the time we have for our first pitch, but thank you so much. Please give a round of applause for Soccerment.
Thank you.
And we'll bring up our